Yo guys, and welcome back to another video, to another series, a new series on my channel. It's a podcast, kind of, pretty much is.
Yes,
It's
it is.
where I'm with my friend John, my
Hi.
co-host, and we're gonna be talking football. We're gonna be talking about transfers, clubs, and hopefully this will become a regular thing on the channel. So, I don't have a name for this series.
It should be like transfer rumor prediction, whatever,
we'll
or
come
not.
we'll come up with a name later. So today we're
Yeah,
gonna be
later we
talking
will.
about the recent transfers, mainly in Lukaku, Lacazette, and the rumors around Alexis Sanchez.
Yes.
So I think we should talk about Lukaku first because
Lukaku first, since that is the biggest signing of
yeah,
the season in the Premier League so far, with
yeah,
about 75 million euros plus add-ons
15 million,
from Everton to Manchester.
and then Man United gave them Rooney, right?
Yeah,
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 they offered Rooney as well, and Man United are paying Rooney's salary as well. I believe they're playing
yeah.
more
Well, they're
into.
just so rich, so it doesn't
I
matter to them.
know. I
Richest
think
team in the world.
like Everton have gotten like so much out of that deal compared to United.
Yeah, well, I do think that he just wanted to return to his old club because that is where he started from.
True,
So,
true.
I mean, this is the end of his career. He's not really going to make the biggest impact at Everton. Obviously, no one would rather have Wayne Rooney at 31 or 2 or whatever instead of 24-year-old Lukaku. I mean, come on.
True. Yeah, Rooney's 31, but he's
Out there.
past his prime, way past his
Way
prime.
past his prime. Yes, he just came to rejoin his old club and hopefully just retire there. I think that's what he wants instead of pulling like a Gerrard, Lampard, whatever, and moving to the MLS
I
like
think if
Pirlo.
he went to MLS, he'd at least score like at least 20 goals in the season.
Yes, he would do that.
Who wouldn't in the MLS?
That's old right now.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know.
I think even Totti could like.
Okay, but Totti's stamina is really low right
Yeah,
now.
but
I mean, he barely even starts the games.
yeah,
He just comes on as an impact sub, and he has done like a lot of work. But it is the Italian league. I mean,
yeah.
going
Well,
from a Premier League side to an MLS side, I mean, that's a big jump.
yeah,
But
I guess.
it's less of a jump if it's from the Serie A.
So Lukaku for United. Do you think he's
Yeah,
gonna make a huge impact?
I do believe he will and will not. I do because he just produces goals. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
25 goals and 6 assists this season
Hmm.
with Everton. Just
Yeah.
imagine if Ander Herrera, Juan Mata,
Or
whatever,
Paul
was
Pogba,
around him,
just
and
putting.
Paul Pogba. Exactly.
Thing with
But
Lukaku though, but
yeah,
yeah, I get he was with Everton, but he's so much like Ibra as well, right? And
he is
Ibra
like
came from PSG, top league inside, scored 40 goals, went to United, same players, same team around him, and he scored 19, and they finished sixth place. I don't I feel
but he
like,
was injured
yeah, but that was
near
near the
the
end.
end.
That was near the end.
Yeah, but he did start off the season. I think he scored like 8 games straight, right?
Yeah, he
He scored in a plenty of games like consecutively, but he's also old. I mean, he's 24 years old, is he?
Lukaku?
Yeah, I think he's 24, right?
Yeah, he's 24 years old.
24. I mean, he's only going to get better, and his contract's for 5 years, right?
But
So this
yeah,
is a long-term impact. Same thing with what's his name?
Lacazette,
Lacazette, right?
he signed a 5-year
Yeah,
deal as well.
he's 27, right?
Hmm.
And this is like the age where players get into their prime,
Yeah.
27 to like 29. And this was his highest scoring season yet, so they just picked him up right now. But they need a striker right now, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Luke,
he would work for Arsenal, yeah.
yeah,
Speaking of him,
and for United, they needed Lukaku. I think if they didn't sign Lukaku,
they
they
needed
would have been
Lukaku.
they'd be done for the
Yes,
season because their only other
100%.
striker is Rashford, and even though Rashford's good, he's not that top level yet.
He's not at the top level yet. I mean, he didn't have first team experience,
Hmm.
just like Romelu has
Yeah,
had in the
Romelu.
past. So yes, that's true.
It's kind of ironic, like Jose Mourinho working a lot of past players, which he sold. Juan
Yep,
Mata,
Mata
Lukaku.
and Lukaku. He sold them to Chelsea.
Yeah,
Both of them were playing for Chelsea, and then now they're back at United playing for him.
and he
So
bought
yeah,
them
it's
for
funny.
even more.
And he bought them for more. That is 100% true.
So
But he does win trophies.
he does.
Jose Mourinho. He's won the
Three trophies.
Champions League. He's won leagues title, whatever.
Mm,
So he will win a league title in his time at Man United.
yeah.
I'm feeling it.
This season
And
though, I'm not feeling it. As of right now, like the signings United have made, they've replaced Ibra, great with Lukaku, but they need to build more on the team.
but
They,
who else could contend for the title next season?
I think Arsenal can.
Arsenal can, but
Yeah,
they've only made two signings.
I know, but we're in Europa League now, right? And that actually gives us a huge advantage over all the other top Premier League because we're in the top six. We're the only one who isn't in Champions League.
Yep.
That means we can play our
Yeah.
B team in Europa while everyone else is playing like their first team in Champions League. And
Yeah, that's true.
Tottenham, Chelsea,
Tottenham
United.
will probably get out really early. I'm
Oh, yo,
feeling it though.
Tottenham, I think.
They're not built for Europe at the
Yeah,
moment.
I'm not even saying this as an Arsenal fan. I'm saying this as a football fan, right?
Biased
Tottenham,
Arsenal fans. Yeah.
Tottenham have no depth in their squad. They have one striker in Kane. They have like three
Very good
midfielders.
midfielder.
They have a
Very
really
good.
yeah. They have a really good first team, but other than that starting 11, they have no
Bench
one.
depth.
They have no one to swap out and like regain fitness with.
That is true. But they have shown in the past how they are just not good in Europe at all,
Yeah.
which is why they usually do well in the league. I mean,
Mhm.
they didn't even make it past the group stage in Champions League, and they didn't have the best teams,
And then they
you know,
went to Europa, and then they
and then went
lost
to
even
Europa and
more.
then got knocked out again.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, but
sad.
then okay, so they could be really, up there for the title next
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, but they're also playing at Wembley, right? And their
Playing at Wembley,
record at Wembley is
it's not the
horrible.
best. I've heard.
It's horrible. I swear, I don't think they've won a game in a while at Wembley.
Yeah, they've gotten out of the FA Cup semifinals like plenty of years in a row.
I think with Tottenham, if they want to become like a big side, like a big club, they need to focus on one trophy. They need to say, okay, we're gonna target the FA Cup this season, and we're gonna win it, because
Yeah.
they haven't won a trophy for I don't even know how many years now. Like it's so long. And the thing
Throwing
is,
shots.
they're not attracting any players into their team. I think that's a huge problem for
That's
them.
true. Yeah, they haven't signed anyone that big
Yeah,
or
they
impactful
got
to their squad.
rejected by Ginter.
That left back from the Bundesliga.
Yeah, the guy from
Oh my.
Dortmund. I think that's the one. Like, just take that in. Ginter got rejected
So
Tottenham.
they're getting.
Who's
That's
Ginter?
interesting to think
And he
about.
rejected Tottenham. Like, we
Yeah,
signed
and
Lacazette. We're out of Champions League. We came
mhm.
fifth. We had a poor season, but yet we still made a big signing.
But he was linked with this club for like plenty of
Yeah,
years,
3 years.
so that could be the reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've been
3 years, right?
yeah.
Three
Apparently
years Lacazette.
not even we've been scouting him for 10 years apparently.
But this could be a good thing because we've seen teams like Chelsea and like finishing 10th place when they've had Champions League
Yeah.
football, and then the year after they go from 10th to first place
Well,
without.
yeah,
So that
exactly.
could be a factor for Arsenal in getting up there
Yeah,
in the
that's
top
exactly my
three.
argument. I think, now that we have, and if Alexis Sanchez stays, I think we're gonna I think there's like a really high chance we can win this league.
Yeah, but he's being linked away to Man City or Bayern Munich
Bayern
on a
Munich,
very high price tag.
I think Bayern pulled out because they said they can't afford the wages.
Yeah,
Surprisingly,
that's true. Yeah, he is
City,
asking for a lot,
he's asking for
but he's still
400,
getting paid a lot.
four hundred
Yeah.
thousand. I think that's just some paper talk, but
Mm.
400,000. I don't think like Alexis Sanchez is good, but is he worth 400,000 a week?
I mean, that's with Messi, Ronaldo type wages.
Yeah,
Oh.
and to be honest, right? Yes, you can say he's made a huge impact, which he has, right? He scored, I think, 25 goals or something.
Uh, 24 goals, 10 assists this
Yeah,
season.
24 goals, 10 assists in the Premier League. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But, you know, to say when he's joined, we've won 2 FA Cups with him, right? It sounds
Mhm.
good, but we also won the FA Cup before without him, and
Yep.
it's more of like, yeah, addition to him. We didn't really advance with him. We just kind of stayed at the same level with him.
Yeah, the player you need is an RVP.
Yeah,
That's who you need.
and I think
Lacazette could bring that to the
yeah,
table, but the
exactly.
problem with Sanchez is, do Arsenal fans want to sell him? Because there's 1 year left on his contract.
Exactly.
Might as well sell him right now, right? Or let his contract run out for nothing.
Thing is,
So
I'd say if we bring in Lamar, right, which we're heavily linked to,
Lamar, very
Lamar, yeah.
very good player.
If
Mhm.
we bring in Lamar, we have Alexis, we have Lacazette, we have like a ton of attackers. We have Ozil, who's 100%
Plenty.
sane. Like, do we need Alexis at this point if we sign Lamar? Like, because I'm
Uh,
pretty sure Alexis lost has like the worst percentage in losing the ball. Like he lost the ball the most times in the Premier League the past season.
Mm, yes.
He's clinical, but when he's on that wing, you kind of see him just dwell on the ball, passes it to Monreal, and then Monreal puts in a dead cross. Like that's what our entire season was.
I mean, you do have to. I mean, he is very important to the squad. You
Mhm.
cannot rely on Lacazette. I mean,
Yeah.
he's very good. He's world class,
Mhm.
but he's coming from the French league, and you don't know how players will adapt. Like Paul Pogba, 100
Mhm.
million euros, and he had like I don't know, not the best stats for
Well,
Man
that's
United. But
because
Jose was playing him as like a CDM
yeah.
kind of role, but like
And Paul
still,
Pogba,
yeah,
he came from playing with like the likes of Chiellini, Bonucci,
yeah, he came from
Dybala,
a Champions League,
to
top side,
United, where they have
to Manchester
Andre
United, where they really
Herrera,
didn't make it.
Bailly, you know. I think I wouldn't blame
It's a
Pogba
step
for
down.
yeah.
Yeah, but in his case, it's a step up. I mean, he scored. Let me pull up the stats right here. French league. 28 goals this season.
Mhm.
28 goals for Lyon. That's 86 goals a
Yeah.
minute. I mean, he was playing with I don't know some no names, right?
Yeah, he's
And 28 goals scored. Just imagine if there's Thomas Lamar, Ozil, Sanchez, who is also really good at assisting.
yeah,
10 assists this season.
like he'll be insane. I'm 100% I'm 100% sure he will be contending for that golden boot
hmm
without a doubt.
He will be up there. I mean,
Yeah.
he almost won it last season, but Cavani, I mean, he was one of the most deadly strikers in the
Yeah.
world, Cavani, for PSG. But yeah, but with only a 1 minute better minute per goal ratio than Lacazette, so
Mhm.
you have to take that into account also.
Back into Lexus. I hope people
He
don't
did
think
pay, he did play 500 more minutes, Cavani,
yeah.
and he only got like 7 more goals. So
PSG
yeah, it's
weren't
not
that
bad.
good this season, to be honest.
No, they
Like,
finished second, right? Or
yeah, they
third, yeah,
lost
second
to a
behind
young
Monaco.
Monaco side. Like,
But this Monaco side was
oh
good.
yeah, it
They
was.
were really
They
young,
were
but they
really
had
good.
Thomas Lamar. I mean, like that midfield is solid. I
Mhm.
I think that Man City bought the left back, right? Mendy?
Oh no, not yet. There's like, Man
Not yet.
City were linked to so many players, and they signed like
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bernardo Silva, and they signed Ederson in the
Bernardo
first.
Silva,
Yeah,
yep.
and then
Plenty
they
of
just kind of veered off. Haven't heard from them ever since.
yeah, so Monaco won't be at full strength next
Mhm.
season. They probably won't win the league. I think PSG will
Yeah, I
probably
think
take the
PSG
lead
will
next
take
year.
back the title.
They're also linked with Real Madrid midfielder James Rodriguez, who will offer that great attacking bonus to their
Yeah,
team,
I heard
and he'll
United were
just
also into that too.
yeah,
James.
yeah, they were, but who knows now? He's
If I was a
more
United
being linked to
fan,
Chelsea.
if I was a United fan, I wouldn't want to get James,
Why not?
because the thing is with James, right? You have Zidane as a manager,
hmm
possibly I think the best manager right now, right? He's gonna win the
Yes.
manager of the year.
Yep.
He's not playing James.
No,
Why? Right?
because Casemiro exists
No, but not even that, right? Like
from
he's
Madrid.
he
I
sees
mean,
something like in James that he's like, I don't want to play him. And if Zidane sees that, there must be a good reason why he's not playing. So if he comes to
yeah,
United, he might be another Di Maria, a flop, right? Di Maria flopped hard at
sure.
United. So
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
and plus it's gonna be a heavy price tag. I think
But
like 80
it
mil.
might be a different system that Jose's playing with this team because
Yeah.
he has wanted James, so obviously he
Mhm.
has plans to incorporate him. And Modric and Kroos are the best midfielders in the world.
Yeah.
No one would start in front of them. So that's
Mhm.
also to take into account.
That's true.
Plus, Casemiro plays that defensive midfield role. And since Zidane, or not Zidane, but like Real Madrid, I've had him in the team, they've won 2 Champions Leagues and one La Liga title.
That's
So
true.
it's an untouchable midfield.
Mhm.
It's kind of like Barcelona's attack.
I think that's why Real aren't doing any transfers. Like, what are they? Who can they improve on?
They're strengthening their bench. They're not strengthening
Yeah,
their starting 11
I
right now
think
because they don't need anyone.
if you're gonna nitpick, maybe Benzema, but even then, that's an, it's just
Yeah,
such a great side. You
it's
can't
true.
really.
Yeah, they are the best side in the world currently. I
Mhm.
mean, they will face Manchester United this summer.
Oh,
I'm
Real's
sure they
winning.
will put up a very tough fight against.
Real's gonna like win. So the thing is, they're not gonna win by a lot because you know Jose's gonna park the bus.
Yeah, they parked the bus hard.
But
Yeah, that's.
you know Real's gonna win. I don't think Man United have a chance,
I mean,
especially.
Real do play well against very defensive teams. I mean, we
Mhm.
saw what happened on June 3rd,
Oh yeah,
2017, right?
against
Yeah.
Juventus.
against the quote unquote best defense in the world, which was just tactically destroyed by Zidane. I mean, the best
Hmm.
manager in the world. I
I
mean,
was really hoping
simple.
Juventus was gonna win, but
Yeah, I know. I was there with you, huh? But
like
it
if
didn't
you
work out
just
though.
compare the attacks, you have Lukaku, Martial, and Mkhitaryan versus Ronaldo, Benzema, Bale.
I mean, there's no comparison.
Like,
I'm pretty sure that CR7 had more goals than all
mhm.
three of them combined. So,
I really want United to get back into like Ferguson era where they're like the top team.
ooh, but
United,
can they ever get back there?
because right now their team, you look at it on paper and you're not scared. Like
Yeah, that's true.
back in what was it May, or I think it was May when Arsenal played them and we won 2-0. Literally
Yeah.
coming to that game, I was like, we're gonna win. Like, their midfield is so like down. Like, yes, they have Herrera, Pogba, amazing players, but they can't carry the team.
Yeah.
Their defense is so
Fellaini's
shaky.
pretty good though. I mean, who knows? Yeah.
Why is Fellaini playing for United? I still don't get
I
that
don't know.
transfer.
Fellaini should leave the club. I
Fellaini,
mean,
Fellaini's like a Southampton kind of mid-table kind of player, you know.
Fel-
Like
true. Yeah, that is
Fellaini,
true.
Fellaini does not belong in United.
Fellaini isn't there. Well, he is kind of like that solid, strong defensive midfielder if he knew how to play that role
A
like
tree.
well. Yeah,
He's
he's
like
kind
a
of like a
tree.
tree, but
Big and strong, but doesn't. He
he is
does.
big and strong.
Yeah,
He's kind of clumsy sometimes. His
yeah.
touch is off on occasions,
I
but
remember watching him in the Belgium Euros. Oh my gosh, he missed a freaking tramp. I think wasn't it? He missed like a
hmm
sitter, and they lost to Wales.
yeah, he does make dumb mistakes sometimes,
Mhm.
like a penalty late on in a game. I forget
Oh,
which team it was against.
oh, I remember that. He like comes on and just gives a
Yeah,
penalty.
yeah, he was substituted on. He had one job, just
Yeah,
close out the game.
and just gives away a
It
penalty.
didn't work out that way.
It was, oh my god, I remember that on Twitter. I forget who. It was like a West Brom kind of side, I think, like one of the mid-league table. It might have been
Yeah, they
Bournemouth or something.
wasn't one of the best teams.
Yeah,
hmm
I think that's United's biggest
That's what
problem.
happened.
They only lost 5 games last season. That's the same amount as Chelsea.
Yeah, but they drew like 87,
Yeah, they drew
so that's
15
also bad.
games, the most in the league. The thing is,
hmm
they drew against Swansea.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they're scared to just go for it.
Hmm.
They're more scared of losing than risking it to win.
Yeah.
That's the problem, and that's also I think that Romelu Lukaku can help them
Hmm.
because he does get goals. He does have, I believe, the most goals against a top six teams in the league this season. He had like two or three or something like that.
Hmm.
So he does step up in mid games, and I feel like with Everton, he's not going to go anywhere. But with Man
Yeah.
United, if he plays in these cup finals, whatever, we'll start to see him develop and actually see if he's worth his, massive price tag.
But to be fair to Everton, they've been so active in this window.
Yeah,
Like they signed
that's true.
Pickford, Klassen, they signed Rooney, they signed
Classic.
Kuru. They signed like so many players.
Yeah, well, they just reached seventh place, so
Yeah.
they are,
Well, they got a new owner, right? I think it was a Chinese owner.
yeah, I believe. So
I
yeah.
think I think Everton are gonna finish above Liverpool this season.
All right, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
As an Arsenal fan, which
Mhm.
you are,
Yeah.
would you rather let Sanchez leave
Mhm.
and not wait, let Sanchez leave and sign Mahrez and Thomas Lamar, or keep Sanchez and don't sign those two?
Thing is, I hope people don't think I hate Sanchez. I love this man.
Oh,
I just want to say,
he's
I
out.
think I think this recording I might have said harsh things about Sanchez, but if you ever followed me on Twitter, yeah, I think any of my friends will
Yeah,
say,
yeah, you make Sanchez edits, right?
yeah, I freaking love this man. Like he's like top five
He
favorite
is a top
players.
player.
Yeah,
He is a
but
world class
I
player.
just don't like how he's keeping the club ransom. I just
Yeah,
don't
he
like
he
that.
does want to like nitpick every penny
I
from the
don't
club.
like when players keep their club ransom. But to be honest, I want to see Sanchez stay. I think
So you'd rather see Sanchez stay and not sign
the thing
Mahrez
is, right,
and
it's also
Lamar.
a club statement. If we sell him, we better sell him for high. I'm thinking 80 mil to
Yeah,
City.
well, that's what they. Yeah, but City's like it's
Yeah,
City. They play
but
in the Prem. I mean,
if they're willing to pay Sanchez like 80 mil for Sanchez and then pay like his 400K wages, go ahead, have him. Like you're paying
I mean,
absurd amount, and he's 28, right? Gonna be.
yep.
So he has maybe like 2 more
Yeah, but
years.
he is in his prime with
Yeah.
Lacazette right now. I mean, that wouldn't be a good thing to sign him, especially since they have Kevin De Bruyne,
Mhm.
Gabriel Jesus,
But also,
you know,
City
Aguero. I
has
mean,
so
amazing
many
player.
attackers. They don't need Sanchez.
They don't need him,
Yeah.
but they also don't want Arsenal to have him. That's
Mhm.
also a factor. I mean, that's one less,
But Sanchez
team
should
to
also
compete with
think
them.
like if he comes to City, he has to like compete for a spot. He stays at Arsenal, he's guaranteed to start.
Yeah, he is guaranteed because he's their best player at the
Yeah.
moment. No one
But
else is taking that.
if I was a manager, I'd keep him for the year, and I'd rather see him go for free than sell him to a rival to see him
S-
potentially lift the title.
So what's their formation going to be next season since they have two strikers in the lineup now, in
I'm
Sanchez
thinking
and Lacazette?
we're still gonna stay the 3-4-3, play Sanchez at left
Three
wing.
four three. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, left wing. And then like who?
But
Walcott or Oxlade or Mares?
see,
As the right wing, who knows?
I don't know if I want Maris because
He was a player of the season
he was
last
a
season.
player of the year, but then again, he had Conte on his team, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And Conte is believed to be like the deciding
yeah,
factor
for
of why
Leicester
Chelsea won the league and
and
why
Leicester.
Leicester won the league. That's
Clearly,
true.
right? Friggin'
hmm
Leicester dropped 11 places since losing Conte.
Yeah, and Chelsea won the
And
Prem.
yeah, and Mares this season he was so quiet, and it's like,
Yeah, he is
do you,
kind of like a lazy player.
yeah,
I mean,
we have Ozo like that. We already have
yeah,
a
yeah,
lazy
I know.
player.
Yeah, you don't really need two lazy
We don't
players.
need two of them.
Yeah, but signing Thomas Lamar, I've seen highlights of him.
Yeah,
He's short. He's 5'7",
seen him play.
extremely fast.
I saw him play against City. He totally ripped them apart. Like,
I mean, yeah, Monaco kind of destroyed City. They're
yeah,
they're a really good goal scoring side. They know how
hmm
to find the net,
yeah,
which Arsenal might need. I mean,
hmm
he'd be a great signing, obviously. Thomas Lamar,
I think
21 years
Lamar.
old. 21.
The weirdest thing about Arsenal too is you think you looking at our side, we need attackers, right? We need midfielders, but our biggest error was conceding because
hmm
we conceded
Check.
40.
Check needs to go. Check needs to
Czech
go.
I think has one more season on him, but
They need to sign Leno, Oblak, whatever.
we need to sign a new
Get a
goalkeeper.
better goalkeeper.
Like
That's number one.
because Chesney, he's on his way to Juventus.
Why do
Speaking
they need what?
because this is Buffon's last season.
Actually?
I'm
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
pretty
He's
sure
retiring after
yeah.
2018 World Cup. Oh yeah.
So
40 years old.
they Juventus want to sign him for 13, which I think they should need to pay out like 25. But you know, Juventus, you know what
Yep.
their first bid was? Their
Oh,
first
no.
bid, I'm not even kidding you, was 3 million. I think it was like dead low.
That's insulting for
Yeah,
Chesney.
like literally the whole Reddit literally blew up. We're like, Juventus paying 3 mil. Who are they? West Ham? Like, you mad?
I mean, they did get like 100 million euros for Pogba. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like you won the Serie A and you won they won their Italian Cup too, right? So
Mhm.
maybe they don't get as much like television money as the Premier Leagues do, but still
No, yeah.
3 mil for
I
Chesney.
think I think that's the most watched league in the world, the
Yeah,
Premier League.
Premier League's biggest league, 100%.
Yeah,
Sunderland
but
got like
yeah,
90 million for being relegated. That's more than
what?
Real for winning the Champions League.
Champions League.
Yeah,
That's true. So,
yeah,
wait, Sunderland gets money for being relegated?
yeah, because they get the watch time. It's
Wait,
unreal.
where will Aston Villa finish next season? Because they have a nice solid defender in John
Yeah,
Terry.
I think they'll come back in the Premier League. I think they will.
I think they'll get promoted also.
Yeah,
I do think that.
it's about like they spent I think last season like what was it like 100 million on their players or something crazy, and they didn't get promoted. It's like
Oh my
you
god.
could have bought like Ronaldo for that money or
They
something.
could have, yeah, but I mean.
You could have bought Pogba with the amount of
Yeah,
money
yeah,
you spent in transfers,
it's true.
but
Very true.
no one would want to go to Aston Villa.
Do you think a Premier League side will win the Champions League anytime soon? Because we've seen teams in the more easier leagues like Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, Juventus in the Serie A. I mean, they just dominate their
Yeah.
like league titles, and it's only Real Madrid and Barcelona in the
Mhm.
title race for the past like
And I think
couple
that's
seasons.
what gives them the advantage, right? Because
Yeah, it is.
they
I
can
believe
play a
that.
B team in the league and still win.
Which they've done. They've
Yeah,
done that before.
and then just play the first team Champions League. Well, in the Prem, we don't have that. You need depth
Yeah,
in your
so
squad.
many good teams. I mean, West Brom beat Arsenal.
Mhm.
Burnley drew Man United. I
Like
mean,
Premier League is the most
yeah,
competitive league. I'm
it's
not
very
saying it's the
competitive.
best, but it's the most competitive.
Yeah, well, the best teams are
Hmm.
obviously Bayern, Juventus, Real, Barca in the world, but
Hmm.
I mean, they have a lot of money, build on their success, whatever.
Yeah. If
So
we
it's
just
much easier for
let's
them.
just look at the sides in the Champions League. So we have Chelsea. Chelsea, I don't think will make far. They have
Chelsea aren't good when they have league football and
mhm.
Champions League.
Like they have no depth in their squad because I
What
think they
happened?
played only 15 players in the entire last season, and that's why they won.
Yes.
You know, when you only have a starting 11, you don't have to like rotate because you have a Champions League Wednesday and then a league Saturday. You know, you can play your
Hmm.
first team all the time. That's why they won so
That's a
well.
lot of games,
Hmm.
and most players aren't built for that type of like physical
Yeah,
intensity to play that many games. I mean, usually it's one game on Saturday, one game the next Saturday, one game the
exactly.
next Saturday. You know, it
And
just
that's
keeps
why they
going.
did so well. And then we have
Exactly.
Spurs, which we already talked about. They have no depth. They literally just have their starting 11 again.
But
Another
Spurs could just screw the Europa League and go for like the Prem title, and they
yeah.
could win. I mean, they are good enough.
He
I
means
mean, like
Champions League, guys. Don't get
as much as
confused.
you hate it, like they're really good.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't think they're
Unfortunately,
gonna do that. They always get trapped in trying to win everything at once, and then they fall apart.
I mean, they did come close for like the last
Mm,
2 seasons, I believe,
yeah.
with Eden Hazard's goal against Spurs
See,
late in the game,
I'm
that
not gonna
top
be one of
corner
those
shot.
people and say that they bottled it. Like you can say that they bottled the league, but it was really never theirs to
It
get.
was yeah, it was never theirs. Chelsea were always in
Yeah,
front,
Chelsea had the
so
advantage. So City, no, I think they don't have a defense.
City, yeah, well, I think Vincent Company is
Yeah.
not making a return for the beginning of the season at least.
Company, like he's too injury prone. You know, he's a good
Injury
defender,
prone.
but he's not reliable. Otamendi, like
But there has been links for Dani Alves and Mendy
Dani
from
Alves, I think
Juventus
rejected
and
City and wanted to
Monaco.
go to PSG. So,
PSG like are really good. I
mhm,
mean, they're just not that good in the Champions League,
yeah,
surprising. Well, they should have been through this year,
mhm,
then got knocked out by Juventus,
yeah.
but whatever.
No, they got knocked out by Barca. Don't you remember? 6-0.
Yeah, but they should have like
Yeah, they should have made it.
6-1.
Oh yeah, 6-1. My bad. They got Di Maria's goal.
Yeah,
Then,
6-1.
so City, we
Hmm.
said they're not gonna. They don't have a defense. They don't even have any fallbacks at the moment, actually.
That's true. Yeah, but they could play a 3-4-3, which I doubt, but
Yeah,
they
but
could. They do have a lot of midfielders.
even with the signing of Ederson, I still think their defense is too shaky. Like, you're not gonna outscore your opponents. You lost that against Monaco.
Yeah. Well, Monaco are the best attacking team
Yeah,
in the world. They averaged around 3.1 goals per game, I believe.
I know, but like,
But that was in the French league also,
yeah,
so but they
when
did destroy Man City. I mean,
mhm.
let's be
And when Man
real here.
City go against Bayern or Real or Barca, they're gonna get destroyed. Okay, they're gonna
Yeah,
lose 10-0
that's
to
true. That's
Bayern,
true.
alright? Not freaking
Man
joking.
City aren't world class.
Mhm.
I mean, they could contend
They
for the
could,
Premier League,
yeah,
maybe if they,
if they sign
but
some
like,
defenders instead of focusing on their attackers. You know.
yeah, that's true. Defense is also important.
Mhm.
You have to remember that.
Yeah,
And but like I can't see them making it far in the Champions League.
me
I
neither.
can't see any Premier League team making
Yeah,
it far in this Champions League. Maybe Manchester United
yeah,
if Jose builds his team
yeah.
accordingly. If he builds his team right, then
Mhm.
they could.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Liverpool? No way.
I don't think that Liverpool are gonna do anything
Yeah.
this season. I
They're
mean,
they're another team which is just they're past
they're
their
a lost
prime.
cause.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
I mean, they did sign Salah, but like
but they didn't need Salah. They already had a good attack.
they have a really good attack.
They're
I
really
don't
good at
understand what
countering.
they're
Like
doing.
when they beat us 3-1, it was because they played really fast counterattack football.
Yep,
But
exactly.
s-
But
they
who
need
else would they need?
they need
Defense or goalkeeper or
I
what?
think they need like defense midfielder because they have average players. They don't have world class. They have average. Like you look at Lalana, you look at um
Lana, yeah,
Chan,
right.
you look
I'm
at
right, Chong.
Henderson. You think to yourself like they're decent players. They're pretty good. They can like do a really top class performance when they're in form. But
Yeah, but they might be inconsistent
yeah,
at
they're
some
very
times.
inconsistent.
That's the problem.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Remember without Mane, they didn't even win an entire game in the entire like 2017.
It's
Like
not good to be fully self-reliant on
yeah,
one player. Like A good team cannot have that. I
Mhm.
mean, we've seen Sergio Ramos
Yeah.
stepping up when Ronaldo maybe hasn't.
Mhm.
I mean, this season, Lacazette and Sanchez.
Yeah.
So if someone has an off game, hopefully the other one will
Exactly.
take over. So that's, I think, the game plan for most Premier League
Mhm.
teams this season.
Yeah.
They're strengthening their attack, obviously.
Yeah. But I think with the Premier League, like you look at our Champions League, we've conceded as a league in the Champions League, we conceded a hell of a lot of goals. You know,
Yeah.
City, Arsenal, like Leicester did actually, but then,
Leicester made it almost to the semifinals.
but you have to admit, like if Arsenal went against Sevilla, yeah, we would have made it too as well.
Arsenal probably would have won.
Yeah,
Yep.
we would have probably beat like
It
Sevilla at
was the
least
draw. I
2-2.
mean, okay, if anyone drew Bayern Munich, I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
come on,
Like,
like
there's only one result.
our draw was
Robert
pretty unfair.
Lewandowski, the best striker in the world.
Mhm.
Better than Suarez, easily.
Like you can't say, oh, Leicester's better than Arsenal because they made it farther in the Champions League in the past, like past 5 years. Yes, okay, great.
That was
Your
funny,
first time
though.
in Champions League, you're in what was it, semifinal,
It was the quarterfinal
quarterfinal.
against
Congrats.
Atletico Madrid.
Mhm.
And to be fair to Leicester, like, it was a close game. I
Yeah,
think
it was.
they went on 2-1 to lose,
Mhm.
and one of them was like a penalty or something,
Yeah,
or they should have
but
gotten a penalty.
I felt
I
like
forget what.
Atletico kind of just went easy because they're like Atletico are a really defensive team. They don't outscore their opponents.
Atletico, I mean, Leicester aren't that good at attacking, and
Mhm.
they like to hit them on the break.
Yeah, they like
So
to go on
you
a
have to
counter.
have a good, like, possession, whatever,
Mhm.
to be able to counterattack
Yeah.
the other team. So I think that maybe was the problem.
Mhm.
I mean, they're not how they used to be,
Yeah,
like
without
3 years
Conte,
ago.
because
But
Conte,
yeah,
what would he do? He'd win the ball back and then just start the counter attack, and that's what
exactly.
really caused Leicester to win the
Keep
league.
keeping possession and creating chances. That's
Mhm.
really important, especially when you have Jamie Vardy. Send a through ball
Yeah,
up, whatever,
I'm so
and that's how they
glad.
scored
I'm
a lot of their
actually
goals.
pretty glad we didn't sign Jamie Vardy over the summer
Why?
because one, maybe
Well,
we
like
could
a
have
one-hit
finished top
wonder.
four, but like maybe he would have made an impact on us and make us in the top four. But if we were in the top four, would we have signed Lacazette? And would
Yeah.
we be
Oh,
pushing?
exactly.
Exact.
This could be a good thing.
Yeah, like Wenger's like going out. Like we are
He's
actually
feeling pressure now.
the
I do
most.
think that the banners,
Mhm.
that came out actually are very effective so far.
People like I see tweets all the time from Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, these banners done nothing." Are you mad? They've done something.
Honestly,
The club has hurt us.
they just broke their transfer record
Yeah,
by signing Lacazette.
and we might even break it again to
We
sign
might breaking
Lamar.
it with Thomas Lamar. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true, true.
and Mbappe is
But
actually looking very likely.
okay, they have Danny Welbeck, Olivier Giroud, Sanchez, who else? Lacazette, and now you want Mbappe. That's five strikers. Speaking of those strikers, so what's gonna happen to Welbeck and Giroud?
You forgot about Lucas Perez as well.
Lucas Perez also, yeah.
Lucas Perez is definitely leave. I want him
So
to
what's
leave.
gonna happen to them?
I want Lucas Perez to leave because he deserves first team football and he needs to get it somewhere else. He's not gonna get it at Arsenal. So
Yes, he's not quite good enough, especially with
mhm.
bringing in Lacazette.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's not getting playtime
yeah, it's not happening.
unless he wants to play Europa and EFL Cup, but like that's where he's gonna get his starts. That's pretty much where Welbeck, Giroud, and Lucas will get their starts. Like
But many Arsenal fans are saying that Giroud is starting ahead of Lacazette for France. So why would you sign Lacazette if he's not even better
okay,
than
I thought that
Giroud?
was the stupidest argument because
I've
Deschamps.
heard many of the Man United fans, especially,
Yeah,
saying that.
okay. United fans, if they sign Lacazette, they'd be over the moon. Okay.
That's true. Yeah, they would
Yeah,
be over the moon.
Lacazette does not compete with Giroud to start for France. Lacazette competes with Griezmann because Deschamps likes to play the target man striker, the header guy, the guy who can
Yeah, and he is
shoot.
taller.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's why we had Gignac and Gignac, I think that's how you say his name, and Giroud as
Gignac,
the
yep.
strikers. Not
Both tall, both
yeah,
good headers.
and then you
And
had
same thing with Griezmann. He's short, but he's really good at heading the
mhm,
ball. So that's also why he scored. And
yeah,
he's probably the best French striker in the world at the
yeah.
moment. I'd say that.
If I were to sign one player, if we were to sell Sanchez for a player, I want Griezmann.
Antoine Griezmann is,
Yeah,
yeah, but I don't think he'll go since he just re-signed a contract
yeah,
and they're transfer banned, so they can't replace
yeah. Griezmann's not leaving.
anyone.
It's gonna be next winter
But
or next one, next summer window.
yeah, yeah, he will leave hopefully to make La Liga more easier for Real Madrid and Barcelona. There's like no competition anymore, I swear.
Yeah, it's
It's
just,
just them in La Liga.
and I think Real's gonna win. Barca again. they don't have depth in their squad. I think.
Barcelona haven't made any effective signings this
Yeah,
summer. I believe they only brought in Gerard Deulofeu.
I think what's really
I think
done
that's what he's
is they're overpaying Messi. Right? He just signed a new
Yeah,
contract.
well,
It was like 500K.
Messi did exactly what Sanchez did. He held off Barca for months and months and
Mhm.
months just because he wanted as much money as he could get.
But
And
like,
his new contract's very, very nice.
but Barca also think like Messi's not gonna leave Barcelona. Where's he
Nope,
gonna go? A city? Like Messi doesn't want to play anywhere else. He just wants to play for Barcelona. He's a one club man.
of course. Yeah, he doesn't want to leave.
Hmm. So I think Barcelona need to make a signing. Andre Andre Gomez, the
Andre
legend.
Gomez has probably been the worst Barcelona player of this season.
Oh,
I
and
mean,
even for Portugal in the
for
conflict.
Portugal, I watched the game versus Chile. He just didn't make the right passes. He decides to shoot with his left foot on the ground instead of passing to an open Ronaldo on his left,
And I
who's
love.
currently in form and currently
Yeah.
the best player in the world.
And then what was so funny? I was reading the Reddit comments. Like there's this mega thread of live people. Everyone was just commenting about how shit he was and how he's like,
He's so
how is this
bad.
guy not? He got subbed off in the 114th minute.
Yeah,
It took
because
him
because
that long.
he didn't want to take a penalty or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was so funny.
But the funny thing is, Barcelona fans were like talking a lot of
Mhm.
crap because he didn't want to come to Real Madrid
Mhm.
and he chose Barcelona instead. And
Bar-
they were just mocking us
I
completely.
think both Barca and Real fans need to just analyze their club for a bit. Like some Real fans and Barca fans will analyze their club and be fair, but most of them are just like arrogant. Like, come on, like you look at the Barcelona squad, it's not as scary anymore, right?
It's not even close.
Yeah, all their good players are either getting really old or they left.
Iniesta, the
Hmm.
captain,
I don't
he's
think.
he's still good, but he's really kind of fragile
Yeah,
injury prone right now.
they need a
That's what's wrong
replacement. They
with
don't
him.
have any replacements for them.
I mean, their formation's kind of messed up also. Like
Hmm.
Jordi Alba, he didn't play that much this season, and he's their left back. I
Yeah,
mean, he's a very good left back. But Barca are like messing around with the formation, three in the back sometimes. But they don't have three center backs that are good enough.
yeah, they don't have.
They have what, Javier Mascherano?
He's
Okay,
old.
he's not good. He's
Yeah,
not. No,
I don't think like
you can't
PK
have
also.
Mascherano.
I think PK's past his prime.
PK is overrated.
Yeah, I agree. I think he lived up to that rating
PK is
a few
overrated.
years ago, but now he does not deserve to be in the team of the year. So many
Not at all.
defenders above him.
I believe Leonardo Bonucci, Sergio
Mhm.
Ramos are the two best defenders in the world. Maybe Boateng, but he kind of has been injured this
Yeah,
season. Maybe not
you
this
can
season,
even
but
argue Godin. Godin's
Diego
solid.
Godin, yeah, he won La Liga Best Defender of the season
Hmm.
last season. I'm not sure who won this season. It's yet to be announced. I think this August.
Like
But Godin's
Barca,
been solid. He's really underrated.
if Barca, I think the only Barca players that should be in the team of the year are Messi and maybe you can,
MSN.
yeah, like that's about
Maybe
it.
not Suarez.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, I
Lewandowski's
think
better. In my
Lewandowski deserves it better.
Lewandowski's better. I don't think Iniesta. Like
I really don't.
Modric and Cruz, I'm
Mhm.
surprised Modric didn't make the team of the season.
Oh
He's
yeah,
the best midfielder in the world. Put Modric, Cruz in. Done. And then put Conte maybe CDM or
No,
whatever,
I think
since
it's
he made an impact.
Conte, Modric, and Cruz. I think defense,
Conte, yeah, exactly.
defense.
Left back Marcelo, best left back
Yeah,
in the
left
world,
back
best full back
Marcelo.
in the world, easily.
You can. They're probably gonna put in Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos is making 100% for sure.
Bonucci, Diego Godin. As
Yeah,
other guys.
yep. Or
If the
Silva, Thiago
yeah,
Silva could be in there.
if the
Who knows?
goalkeeper is not Buffon, you know it's rigged. He should have been in there last year, and he should be in
Neuer
this year.
always gets it, man. I don't
Neuer
know.
does not deserve it. Like, yeah, congratulations, you won the league. So did Buffon. But where did you make it in the
Yeah,
Champions League,
true.
right? And like, especially in the freaking Euros, like, con- like Buffon just deserves it, man.
Buffon's really good.
And especially
But
look at their
he is getting
ages.
kind of old though. He should have won a couple years ago. I mean,
And
that save versus Casemiro's shot,
yeah,
the 2-1 goal in the Champions League final, maybe 6 years ago he saves that. Who
mhm.
knows? Who
I
knows?
think you can argue. Oh yeah, he flopped in the Champions League final, but I
Yeah,
think it was
he
just
wasn't that.
because I think it was just good play on Real. I don't think I think Juventus were really sticking to their game plan, but then Real just were able to
But
counter it very
Zidane just
well.
had. I mean, they had no plan B. That's the problem.
Hmm.
Real Madrid, they destroyed their defense
Yeah,
very simply, quick passing and running fast. I mean, that's how Luka Modric got that space, and that's how
exactly.
Ronaldo got past Chiellini and Buffon. He went right between them. None of them picked them up because they're just so
Exactly.
distracted by this passing, by Modric, whatever. I mean, and Buffon's not saving the first goal. Well, it did take a deflection. Maybe he
Mhm.
saves that. Who knows?
Yeah. I
Off
think
of Bonucci's.
I think two of them were deflections, right? Or was it just
Two of them
one?
were deflections,
Yeah, two of
but
them were just.
Buffon maybe should have saved the second
Yeah.
one. He should have anticipated it. I mean, maybe Neuer would save that
Mhm.
right now, but Buffon 6 years ago, I think
Yeah.
he'd save that. And the
Buffon.
third goal, no one's saving that. I mean,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
Ronaldo. He hits it
Yeah.
hard and high.
And then
Fourth goal, Marco Asensio. You're not saving
yeah,
that.
you're
It's a
not
shot
saving
from
that.
6 yard box. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, no one's
No
saving
one's
that.
saving that.
But yeah, it was made. It was probably like just a letdown of the defense,
Mhm.
I'd say.
But Buffon definitely deserves it. He shut out
Yeah,
Barcelona.
he destroyed Barcelona.
Yeah, like if a
He was the man of the
Juventus,
match
if
for
we
me.
don't see like at least half of the Juventus defense in the team of the year,
They're very good.
hmm
Yeah,
like if people are rating MSN as the best defense in the best attack in the world, and you have Juventus just shut them out completely, then you're just
obviously.
that's just hypocritical in my opinion, because then that's the
Yep,
best defense.
it's an immovable object versus
hmm
an unstoppable force. And in this case, there was only one winner. I mean, 180 minutes, Messi couldn't find the net.
Yeah,
Suarez couldn't find the net. Neymar
never
couldn't
could.
find the net. No one could break down their defense.
hmm
But the times that they did, I mean, they're not perfect. I
Yeah,
mean, but Buffon stepped up.
hmm definitely.
But which Kylian Mbappe, he found a way.
Im-
Him and his team, because
I
they're so
want
good at
Mbappe
attacking.
to sign for Arsenal so bad.
Mbappe's worth like $1 billion. Okay, he's so
Yeah,
expensive.
but have you heard what Wenger's been doing? Wenger? Or is
Yeah,
it
he's been
Wenger?
like contacting
Yeah,
his
his
family or whatever.
family.
Join Arsenal.
Joe Arsenal, dude. Literally, there's so many memes on our Reddit, like, of him just, please, if that happens, like, I'm actually 100% certain. If we sign Mbappe and Alexis leaves, I think we might even do better
But
because of the
he's more
mentality.
of a future. I mean, he hasn't reached his best right now.
Exactly. And so
But
people who say who's not proven, he scored against Buffon.
he's
He's
proven, of
yeah,
course.
he scored against. Did he score? I think he scored against Man
Against
City.
who?
Like
Oh yeah, he scored top bin shot.
yeah, like
Went top
he's
right.
proven in
No, no,
League
no, no. Sorry, that was against Borussia Dortmund.
hmm
He scored a top. Yeah, well, he's proven himself in the champ. I mean, he's
Yeah,
young. He has experience. He won a title. I mean,
yeah,
he went to the final versus PSG in like the Coupe de League or whatever
yeah.
French one, but they lost against PSG.
hmm
But I mean, he's been to the final. Like he has experience for a 19-year-old. I mean, we've seen Ronaldo at the 2004 Euro at 19 years old. He
Yeah,
did lose that,
the final.
unfortunately for him. But
Yep.
I mean, it's just experience building, and it's good
hmm
for a very young player.
And league, you can't really say it's a bad league because the last
Oh,
three
it's getting better.
Premier League Player of the Years were from the Liga. Hazard, he
That's true.
came from
Monaco,
no, it wasn't Mono. I don't think it was Mono. It was like I forget the name of the club. It was like it's the one. Let me search it.
Marseille, what
Liga. No,
French team
Liga
did
clubs. But
Hazard
Conte came from the
from?
Liga. No, yeah, Conte came from the Liga. Mares came from the Liga.
Or which one was
Was
it?
it Bordeaux? That's not Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux, I think.
Oh, it was Lille, I
Yeah,
think.
Lille. Yeah,
Lille
that's the club he
OSC.
came.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's where Hazard came from. Wins Player of
Yeah.
the Year. You know, like
hmm
Liga, like Nice were super surprising in the Liga. They have extreme talent, and so many teams are after the French players. Payet
Payet
is
came from
from
there, right?
yeah, he came from Marseille. You know,
Yeah.
you have so many French league players. Giroud came from the French league. You know,
Benzema came from the French league
yeah,
also. He's won 3 Champions League titles.
Lloris
Real
came from the
Madrid.
French league. You know,
Exactly. There's plenty of good French players. I
yeah,
think the real, like, like the only reason why this is a debate is
mhm,
because of haters, I think,
yeah,
towards Lacazette. I
mhm,
think maybe some are jealous and then they're just trying to like
yeah.
disprove where
It's
he
all
came from.
Arsenal. If it was
I mean,
if it was like City who signed it or United, you know,
I don't. Yeah,
who's
there wouldn't be that much
yeah,
backlash. But didn't Thierry Henry come from the French league
yeah,
or
he
something?
did.
I mean,
I think
Arsenal's best ever player,
he
arguably.
came
So
from Monaco, I think. Henri.
Henry, well,
He
he's
went
French. I mean,
yeah,
French players and Arsenal work out.
yeah,
Okay, so
because
yeah, that's
Arsene
it.
Wenger just brings him in. Like he's the best
Yeah, he has
for
that French connection. That's true. That's
mhm.
true.
Yeah, Thierry Henry was at Monaco, 105 appearances.
Wait, and speaking of French players, isn't Thomas Lemar also French? I mean, he plays
Yeah,
for Monaco, but he's
yeah,
French too, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, obviously they just
Arsenal's gonna be like
like French players.
is gonna be the full French
Yeah,
team.
yeah, the first French team in the Premier League.
Yeah, we have actually so many French players. I think that's why, like I said, also said he came. Like we have Coquelin already.
Debussy,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So
Debuchy,
many,
Koscielny. We have Giroud.
plenty of French players, and they all do well, I think, at Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsene Wenger's he's such a good manager.
But is Mustafi and Koscielny really gonna hold down the likes of Lukaku, Hazard, Aguero
Thing
next
was,
season?
Mustafi and Koscielny at the beginning of the season were being debated as the best center back pairing in the Prem. Before we flopped, and we lost to Everton, they were so solid. We didn't lose a single game since the
Mm.
Liverpool one, right? Then once
Yeah.
Mustafi got
Yep.
injured, things fell off. And then now
Mm.
Koscielny has like a permanent Achilles injury as well. So, but we have
Oh
Rob
wow.
Holding. Rob
Rob Holding
Holding.
is an up and coming young defender, I've heard.
Yeah. Callum Chambers. I think we're good in defense, and we have Mertesacker. If we really need to.
Mertesacker. I'm pretty sure you went to that little like training facility to like help youngsters out or whatever.
Yeah, he's gonna become the academy lead
Yeah,
coach.
yeah,
I think.
for the Arsenal Academy.
Yeah, this is his last year.
Mhm.
Gonna
So
miss
that's
Mer.
sad.
Yeah.
BFG, right?
Big friendly German.
Exactly. All right, so I think we've covered a lot
Yeah,
of
we've covered a lot.
topics.
It's been 46 minutes. Wow. So that's all for this episode. Thank you all so much for listening. If you have any opinions, make sure to leave them in the comments.
More questions for next episode.
Yeah, for next episode, we love to talk about football. And
Mhm.
also try not to smite us on any errors we made in terms stats, names, whatever. Please. And that's all it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening again, and see you in the next one. So long.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.